guest with me. And what we're going to do today is something different now. This is Dolores. And Dolores, I am going to really tell people about this now. Dolores, I'm going to say Deluce.
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 Deluce. Wow, I like that. Deluce.
And Deluce is a blood.
Deluce, I like that. Well, thank you for being a guest today. I appreciate that. Now, I'm going to read your bio because, you know, my whole thing, and the name of this show is Laughter Talks. So I've got the right guest by me today because this is a lady like me. She's got that sense of humor. Let me just read you her bio. This will describe it all. It's stuck out in my mind. Her nickname is Dee Dee, and it's derived from her bra size as well as her doubly delinquent behavior. Woo! Are you from Jersey?
I am.
Oh, so
I knew we had some.
yeah, Newark, New Jersey.
Patterson.
Okay, we're like neighbors. Oh my God, I knew it. Okay, now still tap dancing after 72 years, staying alive, she gets to work a room as she damn well pleases. And I say, good for you, girl. We've earned the right. I love it. I love it. And as a Renaissance woman who always wears more hats than Imelda Marcos had shoes, she has kept her calendar open for TV, film, and commercial auditions while juggling a few creative businesses over the last 4 decades. I think you've been just a little busy, Dolores.
Yeah, but I'm the laziest busy person I know.
But you know, and you continue to write stories and projects, and this really is important to empower women, not just for show business, but for life itself, which is my motto also. Now, that is really true. We do share that philosophy, and I'd like to know, Dolores, why don't you tell us a little bit about what's going on now, and now you get into trouble.
I just came from an audition, speaking of which I had to juggle, because I was supposed to be here earlier, as you know. And, you know, that's the life of an actor. You know, you get sometimes less than 24-hour notice. You got to call, you got to go. And so that was my thing of my life. I could never hold down a real job because I always had to keep my calendar open for the once in a while audition, which, and as I've gotten older, they come more frequently, which is a blessing, you know. And currently I'm writing. I have 2 projects in the works. One of them is a TV pilot called The Real Old Actresses of Hollywood, and it's kind of a mashup between the Golden Girls and the Real Housewives, and of course I'm one of the principal characters in it, so I had to write myself into the show. And last week I just got a yes from Lily Tomlin to send my pitch deck to her.
Congratulations! Wow!
Yeah. 7th season. She's actually, because of the multi-businesses that I've ran over the years, she's a client of mine who has bought sweaters for her personal use, and she used to bring me on all the sets of every show that she's ever worked on, and they buy pieces that I design and make by hand, and knit sweaters by hand for movie stars and actors.
That's amazing.
That was like a side gig for 4 decades, and I still do it, you know, although I don't sell as much.
They must be amazing sweaters.
They're pretty outrageous. So Lily, I called her on Monday. She picked up the phone. She was home with the flu, and she, you know, she's the kindest, sweetest lady in the world. And I've met her on 4 or 5 occasions. You know, schlepping the sweaters to her and all that. And I told her, I said, I know you don't know me as a writer, but I wrote this TV pilot, and I pitched it, the elevator pitch, in 2 seconds on the phone. And she said, send me the pitch deck, I'll look at it. So
See, good for you. But you were prepared.
Well, I was prepared, yeah. I've been working on this pilot for over a year now. I just did a 3rd rewrite, which I think is like, you know, got it now. And I'm also writing a musical. I've written the book and some of the lyrics for a musical based on my first memoir that I wrote, My Life a 4-Letter Word, Confessions of a Counterculture Diva. And the musical is a little bit more fictionalized from the true story, but it's pretty much the same story about my early days in San Francisco.
When did you write this?
Well, I wrote the book. It was published in 2013. That's when it first came out. All my books are on my website. There's a page for author because it says actor, author, ACTA.
So they buy them from your site
Oh, no, they
or
can buy them
Amazon?
from Amazon.
Okay,
Yeah,
Amazon,
my
okay.
site just has the links to
Yeah.
the pages on Amazon.
Yeah.
I've written 3 books.
Yeah.
Did a whole series from the counterculture
Because I like to
diva.
put links up here, so we'll do it for
Yeah.
your website, and everybody, you can get all the information about Dolores from her website,
Yeah.
so go to the
Every
different
page of my
pages.
website is the actor page, the writer page, and the designer page.
The
But I
designer
just
page, yeah.
recently, consolidated
Yeah.
all my gifts under one
Yeah.
topic, because just DoloresDeluce.com.
Yeah.
Acting clips are on there, and some of the vintage comedy stuff
Wow,
I
okay.
did back in the day.
I have to ask you, do you just stand up now, do you?
No, I do not. I never did stand-up. I did improv, and I did a lot of my own one-woman show, monologue style shows. I raised a daughter. My daughter, can't tell her age on camera, she'll kill me. The last time I wrote something on Facebook about the year she was born, she sent me a private message. She said, "Mommy, it's time to start lying about my age."
Oh, congratulations on your toddler daughter. What is she, like 12? Yeah, she's got a 12-year-old.
And she's fabulous, yeah.
A very
So
mature
anyway,
12-year-old girl.
But what was the original, and I would leave my baby at night, my daughter as she was growing up, to go off to the comedy store, do a open mic night at midnight or something like that. So I stuck with my own productions.
You were able to create things the way you want, and this is all part of being an
Exactly.
empowered woman. You
Yes.
don't have to do things one way.
Exactly.
And I love that we have younger people here, and well, they know that too, they're doing
Yeah.
all these things at a younger
Right.
age, and that's the way it should be,
Yeah, and
But
I always
like-
did it that way
yeah.
because I had to make my life work for me.
Yeah.
Because I didn't play by the rules. I raised my daughter. I lived in drag queen communes in the
Wow,
70s
that
in
must have
San
been
Francisco.
fun.
That's what the whole first book is about. How
Wow.
the counterculture discovered me and turned me into a diva. I became friends with Divine, Divine.
Yes, of course.
And Divine and I met when he was doing a show in San Francisco, and one of my customers, I was also selling drugs on the beach in Venice to supplement, Quaaludes and things like that.
Yeah.
To supplement my welfare check.
I didn't know I had a gangster on the show. Let me apologize.
I've done more things
You
than
would
that. You have to read my
I
second book.
think I have to get all your books.
My second book is called Blowjob.
Oh, I love it already. Blowjob,
The
yay.
subtitle, Guide to Making It in Show Business or Not. And it tells all the stories of how I survived in the last 3 or 4 decades,
I love
raising my daughter, trying to stay fluid and open to whatever. So when I met Divine, it was 1972, this friend of mine took me up to San Francisco for the weekend, and we went to one of these counterculture, the Coquettes. I don't know if unless you're in the gay culture, the Coquettes were this gender bender, outrageous theater company.
They were ahead of their time.
Yeah, they were really, they're like the influence of RuPaul and all the stuff that drag queens get notoriety for today. They were like the very early, in America anyway, they were amazing. So I met Divine, who was guest starring in one of their musicals, and we just hit it off. He became like my mother, the mother that I wished I had, because I always felt like an alien in my family, and Divine looked like an alien.
Yeah,
And we,
he did.
we just embraced, and that was it. So a month later, when the show closed, he called me up. I was living in Venice with 2 gay guys, my roommates and my 2-year-old, and he says, "Hi, hon," with a Baltimore accent. "I'm coming down to Venice. You think I could stay with you?" I said, "Oh, of course. I'm a famous counterculture underground superstar in my apartment in Venice." And he arrived with an entourage.
Oh,
He brought his boyfriend brought his other boyfriend, and that boyfriend brought the dog, little brother.
Where did they all stay in
They
your
all
place?
stayed in my bedroom. I had a loft that my ex-gay husband had built, and then I threw him out, so he never had he never built the ladder. So they used to have to hoist Divine up into the loft to get him up there. And my daughter and I slept in the living room, on the couches. And the
What
three guys, they came for a weekend, and they stayed a month. That's how much fun we were having. We were just like, it was the 70s. We were like partying all day on the beach, all
The
night.
70s, you younger people,
Oh,
when
you
we
don't know
really
what
knew
you
how to
missed.
have fun.
We totally knew how to have fun, and I'm paying the price for it now. In some ways,
That's amazing.
But I don't regret any of it because it was magic.
So tell us the name of your 2 books again.
Okay, the first book is my life, a 4-letter word, Confessions of a Counterculture Diva. And that tells the whole story of like where I came from, New Jersey, why I had to escape, why I, got to where I had a baby with no husband. Getting so much, a lot of people loved that book, and I had a lot of fan base and everything. And so I decided to write a trilogy, in the Counterculture Diva series. So I wrote 2 more books over the next 3 years,
And the
4 years.
names are?
And the second one was the Blowjobs book about the Hollywood years. And then the third one was my last book, which I released a couple years ago. It's called, what's it called? What is it? Oh my God. Something about
Senior
being
moment.
lazy. Yeah, I'm definitely having a senior moments in my thing. Lazy Gal's Guide. It's the Lazy Gal's Guide to
Lazy Gal's
Success
Guide.
and Enlightenment by Her Holiness the Dolly Diva.
I'm gonna have to get all 3 of them. I think you should re-release them and have book signings all over town.
Well, I've done book.
A wonderful, fun lady. You've had such an amazing
Well,
life.
that's why I had to write these stories down before I forget them,
I mean, it's just wonderful.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you sharing the stories. It's like commercial, and you've
I
got
do.
really you've got the personality and this great look. You're very attractive. I mean, you're gonna get a ton of stuff.
Sweet of you.
You're gonna
Well,
get
I'm
a
doing
ton of
good
stuff.
commercially for the
Yeah.
first time in a long time.
This
the
is
last
our
few
time.
years. Yeah, I
This is
know.
our time.
I keep saying that, now that I have a little bit of money, and I'm thinking maybe I should get my face done. I'm going, no, that won't get any more work.
You'll get half a job and be looking
Screw
old.
myself if I look too good.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we have character, so we've got to keep that going.
Exactly, I agree.
But
I
Dolores,
agree.
thank you so much for being here. This
Oh,
has been a real joy.
It's gone by like a
I know.
breeze.
Now, if
Yeah.
you have new projects coming up, come back again. We'd love to have you.
I will.
You are a hoot and a half, girl.
Oh,
I
thank
love
you.
you.
So are you. It's
Yeah,
so
we're
great
from
to meet
Jersey.
you.
We're told it like it is.
Vintage videotapes, some of the ones that I made in the outrageous days.
Is there
the
one that
70s
you'd
and
like
80s.
to show us? Do you have
Oh
any
my
clips for
God.
something you'd
Well, I
like
thought
to
you were
show?
going to show that clip from the Disjointed.
Oh, that's right.
Right, you wanted
Before
to
you
show
go, because I edited the
Yeah.
show, we can fix this, okay. Now, before Dolores goes, she's got so much great stuff, and thank you for reminding me, because like you, it's like, it goes different places. We're gonna watch this, it's called Disjointed, and this is a comedy, so let's watch this now.
Okay.
Enjoy an eighth of the old country at Salvatore's Authentic Health Services in Flatbush. Salvatore and Francis Scarlotti will treat you like you are at Mama's table as you sample such Italian specialties as Napoli Red, Acapulco Caprese, Sconchili, and our famous homemade Alfredo Thunderfuck. Let Sal Jr. show you our glassware in the Venetian room. And save space for France's famous edible desserts like biscotti, cannapisoli, and pot. At Salvatore's, when you're high, your family.
Well, we're gonna have to share this humor
Great.
with our audience, because it's just, laughter, I'm sorry, but I think it's the best thing. It's internal aerobics, it keeps your insides going and vibrant and oxygenates
Healing,
you.
right.
And I'm 105 years old and I don't look it through
What a day.
Well, thank you very much. Come back soon, and remember, subscribe.